night, everyone, and welcome to TWF Rampage or Ramfru. I, Mike Lane, Tony Schiavone, and Paulie Dangerously here. And today on Rampage or Ramfru, we got a good show here today. And keep in mind today, before you go to sleep, this evening or this night, whatever time you go to sleep, make sure to set your timer ahead. Because we got daylight keeping time, and that's still a thing. Sadly, for some Reichs of the 4-1 Reichs in the settled land, that's still a thing, Mike Lane says. Yes, it is, Tony Schiavone says. And we do have a good show here today on Rampage or Ramfru. We got a good match here today. Well, I hope so, Mike and Tony. I truly hope, Paulie Dangerously says, that they have a good show here today on Rampage or Ramfru. Because most of the time, we never know, what we're doing. But I hope it's a good show either way. And Paulie Dangerously says, well, I guess you could be right about that. Most likely we're going to have to,
Your turn now, Mimi.
well, most of it, we're going to have a good show here today. I don't know what we're going to do. But hopefully it's a good show, Paulie Dangerously says. Well, now we have our truth here, or K Quick or K Crush or Ron Killings or our truth or whatever you want to call him, Mike Lane says. The former two-time NWA heavyweight fighter, former TNAW tag team fighter, former two-time WWE hard made fighter, and sundry is like 49 time or so W24/7 fighter, and two-time WWE, SmackDown or Raw tag team fighter, Mike Lane says. Yeah, you got that right, Tony Schiavone says. R-Truth, K-Quick, K-Crush, Ron Killings, whoever he is, the M's going to be a little misled. He's always been misled, Paulie Dangerously says. He's always been that way. No need where he's been at. WWF, TNAW, WWE has always been that way. So what things are you going to say and do today? So, it seems that I think that someone told me, if I'm right about that, that I was going to be fighting for the, TWF 24/7 winnings. Well, a lot of folks out there don't know, but I won the WWE 24/7 winnings sundry times from 2009 between FYL to 2022 YL when WWE had the W24/7 winnings. I know it's a yesteryear that some folks want to forget about ever happened. But in the TWF, it's still a thing. So I'm calling out whoever is the TWF 24/7 fighter, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna beat them. So, you can bring out whoever you want. Well, that's not, at the end of the day, that's not gonna be a good thing for our truth, Mike Lane says, if he truly knows who he ends up calling out here. Well, we all know that Xia Li is the TWF 24/7 fighter, Mike Lane said. She hasn't lost to anyone yet. That's right, Tony Schiavone says. Xia Li is a TWF 24/7 fighter, and she's beat every wrestler, every fighter that she's wrestled and fought against, Tony Schiavone says. Yeah, well, she hasn't wrestled anyone as misled and, crazy as R-Truth. But then again, Paulie dangerously says, I think there's a setup to the madness. I think he wants you to think that he's crazy or nuts. Well, Gil Kim, you kind of shifted over those years. I mean, all those years when you had your first run in WWE and your first run TNAW and your two different run in WWE and your two different run in TNAW, GSW, IW, TNAW. I, Xia Li, and not Gil Kim. There's a big unlikeness. She's most likely a Far Eastern, South Korea-ish North Vinlander, 4-1 Riker, or is it North Vinlander, Settlelander? And I'm from the Eastland. Big unlikeness. Oh, yeah, I kind of see that now. But yeah, you most likely should know that I have won the TWF, the WWE hard, the WWE 24/7 winnings more times than any other wrestler. Yeah, well, that may have been great in WWE, but in TWF, you didn't win as many times. And someone gave you away to the American Thrift Center or the Vinlander Thrift Middle. Yeah, well, I know you came from Amazon. No, I did not. I came from Walmart's website through a seller by the name of the Free King Toys. And also, I'm going to tell you right now, you want my 24/7 winnings, because at the end of the day, I'm going to beat you, and that's going to be the end of it. Yeah. Well, now they're going to go to their sides now. And this is for the TWF 24/7 winnings. First, he is R-Truth, and she is the TWF 24/7 fighter, Xia Li. Well, R-Truth coming out of nowhere. Oh, she fell down. Well, first time for everything, I guess. Xia Li coming out of nowhere. R-Truth needs to be aware and be a watch out for her knockout feet, Mike Lane said. Oh, and I believe she already did knock out R-Truth with those harmful feet, Mike Lane said. Yes, she did, Tony Schiavone says. I mean, Xia Li is not only, makes her a very harmful wrestler or a harmful fighter, Tony Schiavone says. Yeah, we all knew at the end of the day, Paulie Dangerously's like, Mike, Tony, we all know that R-Truth didn't stand a luck against Xia Li. With that one kick, it's over. I guess you're right about that, Paulie Dangerously. Paul, Mike Lane said, you remember about that, Tony Schiavone said. R-Truth is down, he's out. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. And still the TWF 24/7 fighter, Xia Li. And Xia Li is still the TWF 24/7 fighter. The first woman wrestler to ever come from the Folkreich of Eastland, or Eastland, because we all know it's not a Folkreich, it's a speakership. Mike Lane said. You got that right, Tony Schiavone says. Xia Li is the first woman wrestler to come from the Folkreich of Eastland, or a speakership of Eastland, because Eastland is not a Folkreich, it's a speakership, Anyway, it is what it is, but she is still a TWF 24/7 fighter. That's right, Paulie Dangerously goes. Xia Li beat R-Truth, or K-Quick, or K-Crush, or Ron Killings, or R-Truth, or whatever ring names you want to call him by. All the same wrestler, same fighter, Paulie Dangerously says. And him getting knocked out like it is, we knew that was going to happen. Well, speaking of that, I want to take it away now to Bob Walk. We knew that was going to happen, Paulie dangerously says. We knew that R-Truth was going to get beat up by Xia Li. It was just only a need of time that was going to happen. Take it away, Mike, said Paulie dangerously. Thank you, Mike Lane and Tony Schiavone. I'm going to be talking with R-Truth here today on Rampage or Ramfru. First off, R-Truth, what made you want to have an open dare for the TWF 24/7 winnings? Well, it's like this, Bob Walk. First off, I just want to say that I will get the TWF 24/7 winnings back. And we all know Xia Li, she likes to talk about how she didn't have any true folks to be fighting and wrestling against. But man, we saw how she kicked me. I mean, is that even lawful? What? You mean in skilled wrestling? I guess that's lawful. Or do you mean in skilled fighting where I guess it would be unlawful to do so? Oh, either one of them. Well, in skilled wrestling, I guess no one ever got a match thrown out for it. I don't know. In skilled fighting, it probably you should not. In skilled fighting, they probably won't let you do it. But anyway, I know that I'm gonna be the TWF 24/7 fighter one day, and then Gil Kim is gonna wish he never hit me in the head, kicked me in the head. You know, it's not Gil Kim. You know, that's Xia Li. She's a Far East Eastlander, and Gil Kim is most likely either a South Koreish Nor-Vinlander Settlelander or a South Koreish Nor-Vinlander 4-1 Riker. Oh, no, yeah. Oh yeah, my mistake. Well, that's my talk with R-Truth. Back to you, Mike Lane and Tony Schiavone. Well, thank you, Mike Lane. Thank you, Bob Walk, for talking with R-Truth here today on Rampage or Ramfru. And that's all the time we got here. I, Mike Lane, Tony Schiavone, and Paulie Dangerously. We hope you like Rampage or Ramfru, and we'll see you tomorrow for Collision or Hit.